Hi guys, this is one of the most bizarre videos I've ever seen on the internet. It's just to give you an idea about the total insanity of this ridiculously named movement called MGTOW. So this is the Enlightened Kiwi. I call him the unenlightened Kiwi because this is ridiculous information. Now, you guys in the Philippines vlogging scene are very pretty. Most of you, the vloggers and the commentators, in the main, have critical thinking ability. These MGTOW guys are totally, not totally, but in a lot of ways governed by emotion, and that's exactly what they say about women. Women lack logic and governed by emotion. One guy the other day, I watched a video, one of the channels slandered a woman really badly, and this guy said, a guy made a comment, he just said, there's always two sides to a story, and next minute he just got smashed, this guy. The first comment was, C-U-N-T. Somebody said that about him, and that guy got, I don't know, 30, 40 likes, and the poor guy just got smashed who made that comment. So these guys are extremists, just like the feminists. So there's no difference, guys. This is just male feminism, and it's, as I explained in the previous video, it's destroying the white race, and destroying relationships, destroying the marriage industry, destroying thousands and thousands and thousands of jobs, as I went over in the last video. These guys are complete whack jobs, but you know, the MGTOWs, they see these videos, hey, out pops the box of Kleenex out, and they pull their dick out and away they go. They love this sort of stuff. But as I said, you guys in the Philippine vlogging scene, you guys can think critically, so I'll give you a critical analysis of this guy and his ramblings here.
Okay, and that's what this video is going to be about. This is something that we were never taught. You know, this falls back into that category of why we were never taught to be men going our own way. Okay, which is a natural thing for us to do.
It's total crap. Now, we are a tribal people. All the races in the world have been, the history is tribal based. So it's not to go our own way. You know, obviously there are some, you know, guys who have gone their own way and walked away from tribes, and you know, but those guys aren't happy being by yourself in the wastelands or in other lands where, you know, you're not part of that tribe, you know, whether it's another tribe or whatever. So that's just nonsense, you know.
This is what ancient cultures initiated men into.
No, they didn't. That's total false. And the other thing is, he doesn't give you any specifics. Which ancient cultures, buddy?
Okay. You know,
okay.
Interesting.
No.
This is God's honest truth. Okay?
No, it's your truth.
This is how specific cultures have actually controlled men.
Number one, you say specific cultures, but you don't name any of those cultures. And here he goes. He plays the old, you know, oh, we're just victims. So that's a real winner for these MGTOW guys. They love playing the victim. So he's playing up to him perfectly here.
Okay, in our Bible, Jesus...
Hang on, which is our Bible? There's over 60 versions of the Bible. So which is our quote-unquote Bible?
Walk about, okay? There's this period of time where nobody knows what he was doing. But yet in other Christian texts, in other parts of the world, let's say Jordan, in the Christian Bible there, it actually details explicitly the journey that Jesus went down.
So how do we know that that version of the Bible is true? This guy has read this in a book, or he's seen this on the internet, this Jordan version, he's read about it, and now he's trying to tell you this is the way it is. So Jesus went walkabout, so we should all leave our families. This is what he's alluding to, right? This is a guy who got divorced and hates women because of his bad experience in the divorce, losing his house, etc. He doesn't say his contribution to the breakup of the marriage. It's as all these MGTOWs don't. It's always 100% the woman's fault, just like the feminists, men are 100% wrong. These, as I said, are extremist guys. So we'll continue on.
He went his own way. He went fucking walkabout. And he actually learned his spiritual teachings through that journey. Okay, and I know some of you guys are going to be going, oh my God, he's talking about spirituality again, blah, blah, blah. Look, guess what? Tough shit.
Whoa! I'll just say one thing. How many websites and how many books are there on spirituality? Do you have to leave all women, leave your family, get divorced, etc., like this unenlightened Kiwi did, and go out in the bush, go out in the countryside, and find yourself or whatever? No, you can, if you're married or whatever, you can sit at home, come home every night, watch an hour of some YouTube channel that tells you some spiritual information, or read a book or whatever. So just total crap, this is.
My journey has brought me to the light. Okay,
He's the enlightened Kiwi. Now, what he's alluding to here is he had a divorce, and now his so-called light is the fact that he's not married anymore, and he's single, and he can now do what he wants. Can be totally self-centered.
In that dark tunnel. Have you ever heard the saying, the light at the end of the tunnel? Well, guess what? That's what it's like.
Well, thanks for telling us, Mr. Enlightened Man.
Buying into all this bullshit in the fucking world.
Okay, so what is the bullshit we're buying into? He doesn't specify at all.
And wallowing in your own self-misery.
Who says people are wallowing in their self-misery? That's you are projecting where you're at, well, were at, or probably still are at, to be honest with you, because you've gone your own way from women. So what do? Get the Kleenex out and jerk off, or have you got one of those rubber dolls?
You're in that dark tunnel, and I've been in that dark tunnel.
So again, the dark tunnel is marriage, is what he's talking about, but he's not saying it actually, in actual fact.
Been there, but I am now out. I'm through it. I can see the hole. It's way the fuck back there. And that's what I am putting this information out there, is for the purpose of helping you guys understand that there actually is light at.
So he's light at the end of the tunnel, he's going to say, but so he's saying that he's got all the answers. This is what he's trying to put across to you here. So anyway,
at the end of the tunnel. But the first thing one of the most key things that you have to learn to do, and I'm going to quote another.
Yes, Master. What do we have to learn to do, Master?
Ancient spiritual quote.
Oh.
And this is from Buddha.
Oh, okay. It's got to be right then, eh?
This quote goes as such: you have no patient other than yourself. Okay? I'll repeat it. You have no patient other than yourself. What that means is you need to learn to take care of yourself.
What words of wisdom! It's so incredible, isn't it, hey guys? But what about the people that have children and things like that? What about people who are looking after sick family members and things like that, or invalid parents, or you give 150 examples. So he's saying be a totally self-centered individual and just look after yourself.
Your own personal needs. Now, when I was back inside that fucking dark hole with a little fucking tidbit of light.
It's called marriage, is what he's saying here again.
The end of it. When I first read that quote, I didn't understand what the fuck it meant. I had no idea what that could ever possibly mean. No patient other than yourself. And the reason why was I was taught to give. I had to give, I had to give, I had to give. I was never taught to take care of myself.
So your whole life you were just giving, were you? So you never went fishing, you never went down to the pub and had a few beers with your friends, you never watched a movie, you never, did some gardening or something you like, you never went out and did a bit of panel beating on your car, which is what you are, a body repair or panel beat, as it's called in Australia and New Zealand. So you never did anything, you never went down the park, you never went for a swim, you never went for a holiday. You just gave your whole time, did you? Bullshit artist.
First and foremost, to give to myself, to nurture whatever it is inside of me that makes me happy. I was
be a total self-centered prick, in other words.
Never taught to do that. And
How do you get taught to do that? When we grow up, we're taught, hey, enjoy yourself, go watch TV, go play in the backyard. Let's go to a picnic. Let's do this. Let's do that. You have school excursions. This guy is just totally a victim, total victim of life, and he's pandering to victims. That's what he's doing in this video. He's saying, all I did was sacrifice and help others, never did a thing for myself. Total psychotic bullshit.
the majority of men aren't taught to do that. It's only later on in life, once we've been giving and giving and giving, we finally get so exhausted with it that we actually start maybe giving a little bit back to ourselves.
What a load of crap, man. If you've seen the teenagers and the guys in their 20s and 30s these days, they're always, partying and, people got motorbikes and jet skis and travel is the lowest price it is. Everyone's traveling to places. People got the technology galore. They can listen to any music they want now. You got Netflix, you got all these TV channels, hundreds of TV channels to choose from. Can you see the total nonsense this guy is spitting out? Again, he's pandering. He's trying to pander to the victims and get people on side by doing this. We're victims. We just gave, and the woman, and he's alluding to a woman too, although he doesn't say it. Whereas the woman just take.
When I was towards the end of my marriage, I started building a Camaro road race car in my garage. Okay, and that was me starting to give back to myself in a little.
So that was just the start, was it? Yeah, you never watched any movies, you never went fishing, never went down the pub with your friends, you never did anything else, okay?
Itty bitty way.
Just a little, only an itty bitty way, of course, yeah.
And giving. I've been giving taxes to the government. I've been giving money to my ex-wife. I've been giving money to a mortgage company, giving money to a car payment company.
So, did you decide to buy that car? Did you decide to buy that house? So why are you bitching and moaning like an old woman on a piss pot?
Giving money to money. Fucking money going out everywhere. I mean, it was mind-blowing.
It's called life, buddy. And what about the money you made? Obviously, if you buy a house and all that, cars and all that, you're making more than you're giving out. Which you can't say for probably a third of the world's population in very poor areas like Africa and certain Asian countries, etc. They haven't got that luxury, have they?
What I did was I started just giving just a little bit back to myself.
Bullshit artist.
That's when my journey really started. Was literally in 2001, 2002. Was with that slight little bit of just giving a tiny ounce of something back to myself.
Yeah, right.
Okay? But we're not taught to do that. We're not taught to make ourselves happy.
Oh, Oh, this is unbelievable. There's such a thing as movies. There's such a thing as hotels where you go and enjoy yourself. There's nightclubs. There's football clubs you can join, or sporting clubs. All sorts of clubs. You got, as I said, hundreds of TV channels. You got the internet now. You can go fishing. God, this is just so sick.
We're not taught to give to ourselves.
That's the problem with the world right now, mate. People are thinking too much of themselves.
Okay, and I believe there's a reason behind it.
Here we go.
And that
Here we go.
reason is that when we are giving, to constantly giving, okay, it weakens us.
Now look, here's an example. If you want a good physique, you go down to the gym. All right. So what do? You basically give a lot of energy and time to build that body, and then you've got a stronger body. If you want to be a runner and get fit, if you want to get super fit, you got to give a lot of time and energy and effort into running. So that gives you strength, right? So again, nonsense.
It makes us weak men.
No, it doesn't.
Inside, because we don't have that foundation to stand on. We don't have that rock, that strength inside of ourselves.
What strength is he talking about? What rock? You are basically, even the Bible says, I'm not a religious person, but it says ye are judged on your works. So that's the most important thing. What do you do for the world? What do you give to the world, in other words? What's your contribution?
Because all our energy is going out continually. By giving to ourselves first.
Number one, if you want to give to yourself, you want good meals, a good house, or whatever, a good car, or whatever it is, you got to give your effort, energy, and time into a job to make money for that to occur. If you want a good relationship with a woman, you have to give time, effort, and energy into that, and she has to give it back to you. That's the way life is. You got to put out in order to get back. Anyone knows this, except for this guy, the unenlightened Kiwi.
First and foremost, we learn to be aware later on. If we spend 10 years looking after ourselves, let's say from 21 to 31 years of age, you spend that 10 years giving to yourself, okay? You start building,
That's the problem with the world, mate.
you know, building a good base inside of you.
Too many people are doing that. And what's a good base inside? What does he mean by that? Now, I think he's saying, get knowledge that's going to help you and all this, right? You can do that when you're married. You can do that when you're in a relationship. You go do your job, 7 or 8 hours work a day. Then you got 5 or 6, 7, 8 hours of, you can sit on YouTube and learn shit. You can read books, how to win friends and influence people, or some religious text, or whatever you want to do. You don't have to go without woman from the age of 21 to 31, which is what this guy's alluding to.
Something that you can feel good about, and it can be anything. It doesn't have to be...
Oh, so something you can feel good about. It can be anything. What if you're a psychotic that likes to kill people, say?
Building investments. You could just have your own money stashed away in a safe, or turn your money into gold.
Well, that's going to make you real happy, isn't it? Just having your money stashed away in the safe. That makes you happy, does it? I don't think so.
Whatever it is that whatever the energy is, that work, whatever it is that you're doing, and you're turning it into some form of remuneration, that is yours. And
Oh, really?
by being smart with
Gee,
that,
thanks for telling me that.
you're giving to yourself. By being responsible with that, you're giving to yourself.
Wow.
By being careful about who you spend your time with,
And who you listen to, including this guy.
even having sex is literally a transference of energy. It literally is.
Really?
It is. It's taking...
Really?
At the end of intercourse, you have an orgasm and you ejaculate this stuff out of your body. That's a transference of energy.
Really?
So you've got to be careful where you put that energy even.
So you, as a MGTOW, that you got three philosophies: jerk off, robots, or sex dolls. Now you're talking a lot about these Japanese robot sex dolls that are coming on the market, and pump and dump, one night stands or pros. So which one are you doing, mate? Where's your energy going?
See what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
We're taught just to give. And
Who's taught to give? You know, women have to work too. Women have to give as well. We're not taught solely to give. But when we give, we get back. So this is, I think what this guy is he's not only the most self-centered individual, narcissistic sort of guy you'd ever run into, but he seems like a socialist. I think that's what he is, a socialist, you know. Let's just sit back and just receive. Let's just receive, you know.
And by doing that, we become so fucking weak and so depleted.
Yeah. So if you, you know, if you don't do any weights, you're going to get a fantastic body, eh? If you don't do any jogging, you're going to become super fit, right? You're going to become real. No, you're talking out of your ass again, mate. Just total rubbish.
That you can be walked over. You can be taken advantage of. You can have women screw you over in marriages.
Here we go.
You can have the government and the banking system screw you over. You can have the court systems screw you over because you've become weak. And they know this.
Because you're a giving person, you've become weak, and all these guys are going to start screwing you over. Yeah, that makes sense, mate. Yeah.
That patriarchal society, the Illuminati as they call
Here he goes. He's another guy. I tell you what, a lot of these guys go into this Illuminati thing, right? How, you know, we're being screwed over. Again, it's a victim mentality. And they use this as leverage. There's two or three others that do this in this movement with this ridiculously named MGTOW. So we'll continue on.
Understand that stuff. They understand all of this stuff. That's why this system is the way it is.
I'll just say, right now, there's more millionaires being created on this planet than ever before. That's largely because of the internet. You know, and there's more people in the East, like countries like Philippines, China, India, etc. They're coming out of thousands of years of peasantry going into a middle-class existence. Cars, houses, they're all going up in droves in these sort of countries where before they were living as peasants in, you know, shanty towns, etc. So, yeah, keep lying, mate.
And that's what my teachings are about.
Your teachings? My God. How dare you say that?
For you to see what is going on.
From your perspective, yeah.